The new A24 film Undertone has hit theaters, and people out there are already calling it boring, nothing happens, and it's overhyped. And honestly, those are the exact same complaints people had when the Blair Witch Project came out and Paranormal Activity. And just like those movies, I think people are completely missing the point. If you are new to my channel and you like everything horror related, reviews, recommendations, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. But let's dive into this.
Welcome to the Undertone podcast, where we talk about all things creepy.
Undertone isn't a movie about what you see. This film is about what you hear.
We're listening to 10 mysterious audio recordings from an anonymous email.
Oh my God. Are you implying there's hidden messages in it?
Let me play it back in reverse.
Now, it does use subtle movements, stuff that happens in the background, lights flickering or door might open, shadows that you might see or you might not see. But the horror in this film literally is coming from the sound design. It's the white noise, it's the silence, it's the static, it's the little voices that are buried just underneath the audio. And it forces you to have to listen carefully instead of just sitting back and waiting for the jump scare to come to you. Now, I've gotten on social media at different platforms and I see some of the same exact reviews, such as nothing happens, it's lazy, there's barely any plot, the writing is terrible. But those are the exact same reviews that Blair Witch got when it came out in '99. And that movie worked because it made the audience do the work. So you're not just there watching the movie, you're scanning every frame, looking and waiting for something terrifying to happen. Undertone flips that idea, okay? Instead of scanning the screen, your ears are scanning the audio.
Oh my God. Are you implying there's hidden messages in it?
Let me play it back in reverse.
I literally found myself looking down at the floor during the movie so I could focus on what I was supposed to be listening for. That's just how immersive the sound design became in this film. So for example, when Evie puts on her headphones and the outside noise disappears, you know something disturbing is about to happen. It's the exact same tension that we saw when we watched Blair Witch Project and Paranormal Activity. Every time that little stamp came on the screen said, day 4. You know it was going to get worse. One review that I read online was that the reviewer wrote that the writers didn't do their homework when it came to doing a podcast. And they didn't understand why these people were doing a podcast at 3 in the morning. And there's probably 2 good reasons why that they do this at 3 in the morning. One of them is that Evie cares for her elderly mom all day long, and this late night is probably the only time where she can really focus on her podcast. But more importantly, number 2 is pretty obvious. 3 a.m. is traditionally known as the witching hour. This film is quite literally telling you something just ain't right. Undertone isn't going to work for everyone. If you constantly want jump scares or the obvious horror moments, then this one isn't going to work for you. But if you appreciate atmospheric horror, the kind that just creeps into your head through suggestion and sound design, this movie is fantastic. And I highly recommend this movie because to me, this movie feels like this generation's Blair Witch Project and Paranormal Activity. Not because it copies them, but because it understands that sometimes the scariest thing in horror is what you think you heard. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like what I'm doing here and you like all things horror reviews and related. But more importantly, don't get too scared. Take care, guys.